This is Supercoppa. Hello, I'm Alex, and for post-match reaction and ratings, at top of my head stuff. But Bologna won. Inter won. Of course, Bologna go through the penalties. Those shocking penalties, by the way. It was 7 shots on target to 7, but I know it's Supercoppa. Yes, it's Supercoppa. It's not the end of the world stuff. But for match analysts, I'm gonna do some positive and negative takeaways, and so be it. This is what's the point of post-match reactions? Because I think that this match should help prepare against Bologna later in the season. I think it's after Atalanta and then Bologna. Yeah, Atalanta and Bologna again. I don't know. Officially, it's a draw, so maybe a first draw for Kivu. But yeah, an early goal by Marcus Thuram from a mistake. Bastoni gets the ball, passes to Tikas, goal. Of course. After that, Bolo decided to wake up after the match. Like, okay, wake up after the match. And yeah, it's usual Bologna attack. Vertical, direct. But that handball to Bisek, you know, it's Bisek. I think it's bound to happen. And handball, it is a handball, by the way. But it's Bisek with a Bozo gene. Back at it. Bisek, you can be the best defender you want, but you have the Bozo gene, everything doesn't matter. Bozo gene, what stats do hide the Bozo gene. Be careful with that. The high pressure match, Bisek, like clear handball. Bisek, it's saying that Bisek last season, even in Zaghi's time, not much. Still the same Bisek. Yes, I know he's been playing well long time for a string of matches, but when it's a high pressure match, he's bound to make a mistake. Now for that first half, yeah, I know we didn't do that well, given that pass it to Marco, hope for him cross. In fact, first half, actually until very lopsided attack to the left. Luis Enrique not be involved again. Okay, he had Luis Enrique that one Cole match and then one Valencia match all gone. Where's that Luis Enrique? Because when he's involved, we actually look like we're at a functional attack and not very lopsided. Hey, look at Bologna. They're just defend the left side and we're going to toast our attack. That's it. In the second half, I don't know what Keith was said to him. It was more involved, but not enough. And Diouf comes on. You know what? My takeaway that Diouf and Josep Martinez, they should be starting in 11 from now on. He's Luis Enrique, the supposed dribbler of the team, doesn't seem a lot of dribbles. Maybe with one dribble and one shot. But Juve, yeah, that fella can cook. We need a dribbler like Juve. In fact, I think since coming on, Juve did a lot more than Luis Enrique did. And since then, our attack looks balanced, even though we lost control of the midfield thanks to Frattesi. It's Frattesi. He's not going to control the games. But yeah, wings, DeMarco, Juve, we're tagging all over the place. Of course, there's some scary moments. Josep Martinez, two saves, two good saves. Yeah, these are types of shots Sommer would have conceded. I think for Sommer, his reflexes just isn't doing it anymore. That's what I think. Of course, I'll discuss the penalties later. But yeah, for last 20 minutes, it only a lot more yeah, a lot more clinical, which is very unlucky. Very unlucky for the last 20 minutes. More clinical, like bam, it would have been over. But no, we'll go to penalties. Speaking of penalties, can someone explain to me why like the Barella, Bastoni, Juve are taking them? I know they missed all of them. Wait, not Juve. Bonnet. Why are they taking the penalties? But then again, he doesn't have Hakan, no Zelensky. So who's taking the penalties? Who do you trust with penalties? This Littoral team's 50-50. Bastoni's savable. Barella, huge miss. Bonnie's savable. De Vrij, like, okay, across the bar, like, okay, good. Missed up that. I don't remember this team winning a penalty shootout. I do not remember whatsoever. In fact, looking at the team, I don't think they even prepared for penalties at all. Like Bologna, they did. They're also horrible at penalties, also, but we're just worse. In fact, I would be surprised if there's a team worse than Inter for penalty shootouts. So go the post-match ratings, the draw board, because I know that. Yes, I know. Maybe questions. Let's see. There's the Supercoppa. Of course, we're subs. Like looking for Tessie's understandable, but I just sell him in January. Let's start with Josep Martinez. I know for match ratings is all 10 with 6 being the average. So Josep Martinez, I'll give him 7.5. Just because I would like him to start. Please start the game. Please start. Distribution is good. In fact, have you ever anyone noticed that lately that Sommer letting Bastoni take the goal kicks? Has anyone noticed that? Lately, Bastoni taking the goal kicks. So if Bastoni taking the goal kicks for Sommer, you know, not what does Sommer even do again? What does Sommer do anymore? In fact, what does Sommer have over Joseph right now? Because for big games, I don't think Sommer's going to show for those either. So Joseph, please start him. Just start him. In fact, start him for Serie A, UCL. Bastoni, I'll give him 6.5. Good overlapping runs. An unfortunate penalty. Like, terrible penalty. This thing, your penalties are either Josep Martinez, Bastoni, De Vrij, Bisek, DeMarco, Fratesi, Dusic, who's cold. I don't trust cold players who just came on. That's a track record for that. Every time, how often do you see a player who just came on and scored a penalty? The only one I can name is Paulo Dybala. That's it. Yeah, it's the Paul Dybala, the 2022 World Cup against the Netherlands, I think. There's Barella. And then there's Diouf, Barney, and Latoro. So who do you have for penalties? Because there's players I have never seen take a penalty ever. The Fry, I'll give him 6.5. I mean, the Fry isn't too bad for that one scary moment. Bisek 5. You can see a stupid penalty. In fact, I don't think he's. No, here's we got another problem. How many of them are big game players? Because I know Latoro showed for GNA last season in UCL. But where is everyone else? With Bisek, clear Bozo gene. But you know, you gotta give Akanji some rest at some point. So I think it's fair. Zielinski, 7. Zielinski, yeah, clear most improved since the previous season. Like we get Zielinski from Napoli, the press resistant and passer. He would take a distance shot. But Mickey, I'll give him 6. Covered a lot of space, but decision making poor. Barella, 5.5. Erratic passing. Right side basically. He in meh. DeMarco, I'll give him 6.5. Just because he's pretty much our only creative outlet in the first half. I wouldn't fault him since for Luis Enrique. He's not even involved in the game. I'll get Luis Enrique 5. Not involved in the game. In fact, we look a lot more balanced when Juve came on. Bonnie, I'll give him 6.5. I think this team looks bang average. 6.5. The bully the Bologna defenders. Taram, I'll give him 6. 6.5 just for the goal. Everything else, well, he's been all over the place. Too wide. Like maybe say Luis Enrique. How can we not do that? Latoro, I'll give him 6.5. Impact sub. I probably don't have the hug touchline, more involved. And he really wants to go in for Supercoppa for Latoro. Fratesi, 5. Lost control. Final third decision is woeful. Please sell him in January. If it's Napoli, don't sell him there, because I know he's basically Italian McTominay, but without the physicality. It's just to Juve, Roma. Go for it. Go for it. Because I know that couple miners in the midfield. If Spalletti can't get a tune with couple miners, yeah, he's not going to get a tune from Fratesi. Same with Roma. With Roma, where is he going to be playing exactly? Because you have Kone and who's that other midfielder? It's not Cristante. But and do we have to give the link up? Give it line. Yeah, it's not Cristante. Basili, I think, is it? Or is it, I'm thinking of a different player. Yeah, he's gonna play higher up. He's gonna play higher up. Where's he gonna go? To the right side? Right number 10, where he occupies Sule and Dybala's spot. So Yeah, just sold to Roma. At most, get an unused GNA, but everything else, he's going to go nowhere. Because putting him in as a midfield pivot, it's a literal death sentence. He's not going to be involved in the build-up whatsoever, and his final third decision has been very woeful. Still is. Diouf, I'll give him 7. Impact sub, I wish he was sub sooner. He was here on my rake, so it's very late. For Kivu, I understand Hakan needs some rest. Or is Fratesi, like, doesn't trust him. Just started. I think Luis Enrique also needs some rest also. How many games has Luis Enrique been starting week in and week out? I think that you probably intervene in January for a wing back. Hopefully a 6-month loan. His Dumfries will be out until March, apparently. But it's fair to rotate the lineup. Of course, we'll probably rotate a lot more. For subs, I think Juve came in a bit late. But yeah, 6 for Kivu. Penalties, if he picks the penalties, like, okay, you should know that. I don't know who he's supposed to pick for penalties. Does anyone in the squad look like they can score a penalty? Because I can't. How can you fault Kivu when we don't have designated penalty takers? No Hakan and Zelensky off. I mean, Zelensky's probably tired. So, okay. Referees. I mean, I'm for Keefe. He let the game flow through. But that supposed call against Bonnie. How's that not a penalty, by the way? Bonnie got the ball first. I mean, it's a slight push, but it's a penalty. No, because Bonnie jumped there, player pushed him, like, okay. It's not intentional or anything. Referee's 5. Yep. Say again, Supercoppa is not the end of the world. For now, I would probably learn something from Atalanta. But it's not Juric's Atalanta, it's Palladino's. I would not underestimate Palladino whatsoever. He's a good coach. In fact, he's one of my choices for if Inzaghi left. Because can you imagine what he can do with our strikers? He's doing well with Scamacca. He can make Scamacca score. He's making Moise Kean score. So yeah. I'll say for Atalanta, I better hope I can see like the Juve and Josep Martinez be starting for that match. All right, that's it for match ratings. Put them in the comments with the average being 6 out of 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.